Good day, everyone. Welcome to 360 Live. It's a special one. It's Friday, and it's not every other day is Friday. It is the Friday leading up to the World Cup final. We have our finalists, and against all the odds, well, to a certain extent, the odds were in favor of India. Yes, the favorites made it, but also New Zealand, not so much favorites. They made it too. South Africa, not there. England, not there. The dark horses, remember, I called out England and the West Indies as the two dark horses teams. They didn't make it, but it's going to be an incredible final this coming Sunday on the 8th of March. Guys, wrap it up, buckle up. Whatever you want to do, just do it right because it's going to be a scintillating final. We've had some incredible cricket over the last few weeks, month and a bit. India, New Zealand, that is Ahmedabad. We've seen a lot of cricket there. South Africa was the informed team leading up to this final, but they're not going to be there, right? It was India, New Zealand playing all the cricket when it mattered most. And that is the main topic for today. The teams that can manage to do the right things at the right time. That is what it's all about. I have a very special guest today. I've spoken to him before, and I think you guys enjoyed his presence at this show. In the show, the 360 Live, and it is none other than Dale Steyn. Let me introduce him right now. Dale, welcome. Where are you? What are you doing? And what do you feel right now with the finalists, New Zealand and India, right? Our team is gone. Did they choke? Did they not choke? We'll talk about that a little bit. But tell me, where are you and how's life?
Abbas, how's it? It's always good to be back on the show. Just by the way, I'm sitting here at my house. Yeah. I've made myself comfortable because my son is having a nap on the other side over there, and if I make a noise, my missus is going to kill me. So I've chosen the lounge.
I'll keep my voice down.
Nah, don't worry about it. He likes cricket, so he'll be fine. But yeah, in Cape Town, it's cold. The mood has changed here since South Africa lost. The weather went shit. So everything's a bit of a bummer right now. They've played so well. You know, 2 World Cups, they lost 2 games. They lost the final in Barbados and they lost the semi-final in 2 World Cups. Aiden Markram captaining has been incredible. I mean, look at India. Let's talk about India. They've also, I think, only lost 2 games or 1 game. They've lost to South Africa, you know, and they're in another final. So, yeah, you know, bitterly disappointed for the Proteas. But, you know, such is life. The 2 teams that have played relatively good cricket this World Cup find themselves in the final. So congratulations to both those teams, New Zealand and India.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about and so much emotion, right? Because we were there the other day, Dalo. I mean, my heart breaks for these guys. I mean, I was sitting here, I went quiet. I didn't speak for an entire day to my family. My middle son, not my eldest. My eldest understands now, he's 10 years old, but my 8-year-old came to me yesterday morning. It's like, Dad, what the hell's going on with you? Like, I'm sorry, man, but I can feel the pain. It's just not nice, man.
Can I actually be honest with you? Can I tell so what happened was I had a bad feeling. Honestly, I had a bad feeling about it. And I was a bit busy that day. So I was like, I'd planned it that I was going to watch the game in the late afternoon and everything, but a couple things kind of went against me in the morning and I was caught up in the afternoon. And I just had this terrible feeling that something was going to go wrong and something was going to go wrong badly. Like not just lose, but like, and I actually didn't watch a ball. I didn't watch a ball. I had to watch the highlights last night to get a catch up on what actually went down because I just had this feeling. And then people started to text me and I was out walking my dogs and they started to text me and they were like, you know, the bear with the eyes closed. And I was like, don't message me. I could already feel it boiling inside of me that how upsetting it was and how I felt for these guys. So, man, heartbreaking.
Yeah, I had this one mate of mine. He actually also is a Cape Townian living in the Western Cape. And 2 hours prior to the game, he sent me a text saying he feels like the lower order is going to play a huge role today. And I'm like, I don't agree, and I don't like that comment, by the way.
Yeah, because it means that we're in trouble. Yeah,
I want our top 5 to perform today. Okay, that's normal. it's irritating me. You know me, Dale. I always see the positive side in things, and I'm just like, I'm going to ignore that comment. It is New Zealand, another semi-final. Anyway, bad things happen. Dalo, did we choke again?
I don't think so. I think you have to have a sniff in the game to actually choke. Honestly, like for any team, you have to have had a sniff in the game. I just think we were blown away. Like, we were absolutely thumped. It was a hiding of the highest caliber. In the same way that we've given other teams a hiding in this tournament, we got one. And everyone's due one at some point in time. It's just unfortunate that South Africa found it in a semi-final, because they've been playing amazing cricket. And I don't think it was a choke. I just think that we were thumped, bro. We were absolutely thrashed.
I agree, and I've spoken to my followers on numerous occasions about choking over the years that we've done this YouTube show. And my theory with choking is very interesting, because I feel all human beings choke to a certain extent at some stage in their lives, whether it's a sport or facing the woman of your dreams for the first time, and you have to throw that first one-liner out there.
And it doesn't happen.
Or you have to write a big exam, and you're not quite at the best of, choking is all about, you don't perform at 10 out of 10 when it matters most, according to the gurus in cricket circumstances. Now, for instance, South Africa didn't win now in the semi-final, and quickly they go to choking. So what exactly does that mean? That means you're not in peak performance level when it matters, all right? And by the way, scientifically, that is insanely difficult to be at peak performance all the time, especially considering when it matters most. Never mind when it matters most. Anyway, I feel for the guys. It's definitely not a choke, by the way. We were blown out of the water. We lost the toss on a wicket that actually played a role. It was nice to bowl first. It was sticky. And by the way, I'm not an unfair guy when we talk about choking, because I know it was sticky for them too, but it only was sticky for 4 to 6 overs compared to ours that was sticky for the first 10 overs. It played a huge role. And the role it played, Dalo, is it made Aiden and Quinny and Ryan uncomfortable, because they didn't know what was going to be good enough. I think in the back of their heads, they thought, you know what, shit, guys, we feel 200 here, but it doesn't feel like we can get the ball off the square. What the hell must we do? And it's a semi-final of a World Cup. We're running out of time here. And before we knew it, we were 5 down after 10 overs. And all of a sudden, I mean, it plays at the back of their minds. It is difficult. It's not easy. But at the end of the day, people that want to call the team chokers, go ahead and do so. I feel it wasn't a choke. I don't know what you feel and what your philosophy about choking is, but you can quickly maybe explain it to me.
Look, honestly, Abbas, I think with the South African team, it's the curse of being called a choker from way back when, and essentially my opinion on it is that even if we went on to win this World Cup, we won the World Test Championship. Okay, even if we won this World Cup, the next World Cup that it comes to, if South Africa gets knocked out anywhere in the Super 8s or whatever they're called, I don't know, in a semi-final, in a quarter, it doesn't matter. It'll be the first thing that's always brought back up. You understand what I mean? Literally, 100%. I think if we won 5 World Cups in a row and then we lost a World Cup, we would be called chokers again. So it doesn't matter anymore. It really just boils down to the performance side of thing. And I think you're right. Like, in terms of the toss played a part. And we were behind the 8 ball for most of that first 20 overs. And then, Finn Allen came out there and played a knock that just knocked us out. Cheers, goodbye, game over. Like, that's it. That's what happens. But in terms of the word choke, I couldn't give a shit anymore, because it doesn't matter. You can be 5-time world champion and they will still bring it up. It's just, it's the curse of being South African right now. That's what you got to live with.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you, Willie. Appreciate it. Anyway, so 169, I followed the game intensely. I thought I was calling out for 200 initially. Then I thought, okay, hold on, 190. because I knew that with that new ball, when we had the new ball in hand, it was going to be sticky for them as well. And funny enough, that's exactly what happened. And even 169 would have been interesting had the chances gone to hand, which none of them went. Honestly, Finn Allen and Tim Seifert looked like tail enders, I swear, in that first 3 overs. I thought, holy camoli, who taught these guys to bat? I mean, what's happening here? Nothing is coming out of the middle, and it's just flying all over the place for 4. But credit to them, the minute they hit their straps, after 3 overs, they got given a bit of a license. The ball started skidding on a bit. They started looking like world-class players, and that is the beauty of cricket, right? As bad as you can look sometimes, and that's always what I talk about on the show, is as bad as you look sometimes, if you can hang in there, if you can show a bit of guts and character, things can change quickly, and that happened for Finn Allen. What an incredible knock, and well done to him. And there's that second innings, 173 for 1. They made us look like minnows, but it's a small line, Daly. There were edges through the slips. There was that one ball high that Quinny called for. It should have been a wicket, wasn't a wicket. There was other chips just short of Keshav. The ball went into the lights. I can name you another 4 or 5 instances where the game could have turned just like that. And knowing cricket, it is such a crazy game that if you just take that one sniff, all of a sudden everything changes, and 169 looks like a mile away.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the game. That's the thing about what we love about 2020 cricket, I suppose, is that anything can happen so quickly. I mean, you cast your mind back to 2011 when we played that World Cup against New Zealand in Dhaka. We're cruising the game. Wow. All of a sudden, Callis plays a pull. It just gets stuck in the wind a little bit. It swings. And the tallest man on the field, Jacob Oram, is a deep square, and he takes a catch. And we go, it's fine. Don't worry. We will rebuild. A run out. And then it's this, and then next thing, you lose the game. You lose the game by 10 runs or whatever it is. It happens so quickly, like this, Yeah. And I mean, you're so right, and that's why we love like the shortest format, because you are always in the game, regardless of what's happening in the game. You're always in the game. 169 probably not enough, but you lose 1 or 2 wickets quickly. You throw a wicket in the middle over there, and you throw a cat among the pigeons, and all of a sudden pressure and all of that plays a role. Because look, let's be honest to ourselves. Yeah, Abbas, New Zealand, okay? Like everyone calls South Africa chokers. I'm going to say it. New Zealand, they haven't won many World Cups themselves, and they've been in probably more finals than we have. So no offense, New Zealand, but please go on to win this. Otherwise, I'm formally handing over that card to you. It's yours.
I hate New Zealand for that, because in 2015, they were never going to beat Australia in that final.
No.
And I mean, guys, like, hate me for this, for saying this, but there was only one team that could beat Australia in that final, and it was South Africa. All right. So now we find New Zealand in the final again.
Against India.
Can they beat India in the final in India?
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love New Zealand. I do. I love all the guys. They're great guys. But no, it's not gonna. It would require a monumental choke from India.
Yeah. It's not impossible. Let's not kid ourselves. We were just talking about T20 cricket and how up and down it is. So there is a chance.
I'm calling it. It's impossible. Call the bookie. Put your money on India.
No, the chance is very, very small. We're talking 1 or maybe 2 out of 10, and that's the honest truth. And with all due respect, I love New Zealand. They're similar to South Africans. We play for guts and glory. We never say die. Yep. They are smart. They think about the game. They're physical. Lots of respect for New Zealand as a sporting nation. They have a very, very slim chance, and we will, Dalo, you and I are going to get absolutely killed if they go on and win this.
I do hope they do, though. That's the thing, because I want to see them win. I do. But yeah, you talk about, let's be honest. Let's talk honesty. I'm telling you my honest truth. That's what I'm telling you. Do I want them to win? Of course I want them to win. Wow. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great for New Zealand to win a final? They've been in so many finals. Wouldn't it been great for South Africa to win a final? They've been in so many semi-finals, and of course I want them to win. Do I think they're going to beat India? No. Personally, I don't think they're going to beat India. Do I want them to win? Yes, I do. That's just how it is, you know.
You know what I give to New Zealand is I'm calling for hopefully a close final, just a good final where both teams are in the game, like the last semi-finals, England and India. No one saw England coming close there. Jacob Bethel, what an incredible knock. There's the scoreline at the bottom here. 253 and reply to that 246. And what if it wasn't for over number, I think 18, well, let's go 16 Bumrah, 18 Bumrah, 19 Pandya, England would have won this game. And how insane is that? There we go. 16th over, single, 4.11. And then I thought, I was sitting at home going, I was actually texting mates going, Akshar still got a bowl and over. And I thought to myself, okay, if I was the captain, it's either had to be number 16 or at the very latest 17th over. And kudos to Sky, right? He took a huge risk leaving the final over to the guy that's not in form or the least probable guy to win them the game, which was either Akshar or Dubé. Ended up being Dubé, but it wasn't so easy because over number 16, this guy had to come out and perform. And then over number 18 again. I mean, over number 18, he went for six and over. And it was the flattest wicket of all time. And then, I mean, I have to give credit to Hardik, Mr. Big Show, actually coming up once again when it matters most and bowling an incredible over, making it easy for Shivam Dubé in that fight. Taylor, just talk me about this last 5 overs because I spoke to my mates and I told them, guys, you don't buy this at a supermarket. What just happened here? Because England were favourites in the last 5 overs, according to me. I thought to myself, you know what? In batter on 80, and they have a deep batting lineup. As a bowling unit, you're going, ooh, what's happening here now? We need someone to step up and do the business. And that's exactly what happened.
I don't know how he does it, Bumrah. Honestly, I reckon people are disappointed because when you said you've got a special person on your show, they may have been hoping that it was him, and instead they got me. They like, this guy is incredible. You know, that amount of pressure, and he does it all the time. You know, like it's not like he does it like once every now and then where someone's like, oh wow, that was well bowled or whatever it is. He does this all the time. Like I can't believe it. And I'm not sure what people's approach needs to be when they're playing against him. I mean, you're a batter. I do like the approach. Like, let me put it to you on the flip side. I like the approach that teams took against someone like Varun Chakravarti, where they said, oh, we're not going to let you bowl to us because if you bowl to us, we're going to get you out. So we're going to take you on. You know, I don't know many people that try and take Bumrah on. And even when they do try and take him on, they probably end up getting out. So he is so special. It is hard to put into words how difficult it is to achieve what he achieved there and to get them over the line, because England's cruising that game. Take those 2 overs out of the game. They win the game by an over. They win the game by an over.
Definitely favouring in England there. I mean, even after 10 overs, I told my mates there, guys, trust me, Wankhede Stadium at night, skidding on. And I think one of the commentators said Bumrah still got 2 left, and that's the only thing that made me think maybe
probably Dinesh Karthik, because he loves Bumrah.
I think it was Dinesh. I think it might have been Dinesh, because that was the only thing that made me think like maybe India's got a chance here. Otherwise, it's definitely England for the win. Anyway, I want to take this question because they asked me, is the current Bumrah harder than the one you faced back in the day in your career? Definitely the first game I played and against him. That was at the Wankhede Stadium. I remember this weird guy. It felt to me like I was facing a net bowler, I swear. It wasn't rapid pace, but I felt like there was a presence, but nothing incredible or incredibly special, rather. And the next time I returned there, I just clearly remembered there was this snappy wrist and there was heat off the deck. And all of a sudden, it was a completely different ball game. And it felt, you know what's his biggest strength, Dalo? He plays what's in front of him. He doesn't play game, because everyone's got game plans and blueprints, and the captain is in your ear. The night before, 2 days before, we talk about analyzing the opposition, what different batters' habits are. I promise you, this guy plays what he sees and he backs it. Slow ball Yorkers I saw last night out of nowhere, nailing his Yorkers when he felt like now it's time for Yorkers, going hard length when he felt like it was time for hard length delivery. And ultimately, that is what I found hardest against him. And if you talk about Bumrah early in his career and back end of his career, it's got nothing to do with his skill. It's all about Bumrah actually believing in himself and backing his ability to execute what he needs to when it matters most. And that's what makes him the best in the world. I don't know if you want to come in there, Dale, but that's what I felt as a batter playing against.
Well, I think you're so right. He reads the moment, he'll look at the moment and he'll go, what is this exact moment now? What does it require? Whereas, let me break that down for people that are watching. Somebody might go, oh, so what do you do when you go to training? We say, okay, we do this and we do that. And then we prep for like the last 2 or 3 overs, the death overs. What are you going to do in prep? Are we going to bowl Yorkers? We're going to bowl this or that or whatever it is. Yes, that's how you practice. But Bumrah goes, and you're so right, he's bowling in those death overs, but he's not bowling what the prep work was. Like you say, he's not bowling what we talked about 2 or 3 days ago. He's looking at the current situation right now, what surfaces it is, who am I bowling to, particular batter, game situation, and he performs. He could bowl a Yorker in the 12th over. You get what I'm saying? It's not reserved for specific periods of the game. And you're so right. But then the skill on top of that is to be able to execute perfectly, because that is one of his great skills.
Thank you. And you know what, Dalo, he executes so well that it feels like he's bluffing the batters. That is the crazy part of it, because I can't remember it was the 16th or the 18th over, but one of those two, maybe the 18th. I think the first 3 balls of his over, he bowled Yorkers, went bang, bang, bang. He executed so well that I was sitting watching going like, he's bluffing. He's bluffing again. He's bluffing again, but he's coming away with it because he's executing the bloody skill, because he believes in his skill so much that he's not going to miss. And that's the incredible thing about him. And then when he actually bluffs the batter is completely nowhere, because he's just
nowhere, gone.
This guy just executes. I mean, anyway, enough of him. He's a machine, and good luck to New Zealand in that final. They're going to have to win the toss, and India's going to have to drop some catches, and Finn Allen and a couple of others will have to perform once again. And that is the honest truth. As you said before, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It's a 1 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10 kind of vibe we've got going here. But it's a final of a World Cup, and funnier things have happened in the past. And we want to wish these 2 teams all the very best. And thank you to all the players for an incredible World Cup. It's been so entertaining. We go a whole month back. We look at the associate teams. We've had some upsets. We've had Zimbabwe in the Super 8s. Absolutely incredible tournament. And host India, Sri Lanka did an incredible job. And I think, Dalo, we can celebrate cricket with this T20 World Cup. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was there. I had to come back. I had to get shoulder surgery. So I had to come home. And you hit the nail on the head. Honestly, I was at the games. They're great. The subcontinent, they love their cricket. Like, they love their cricket. I watched the India-Pakistan game in Colombo. I was in Colombo. It was insane. Like, people just crazy, dude, So, like, I felt like in 2011, when the disappointment of losing that World Cup was changed by the fact that India winning it, and we went to the IPL not long after they won that World Cup, it felt good, because I was like, a country that loves cricket this much deserves this kind of reward. You get what I mean? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, they love it so much that they deserve it. Like, that's my opinion.
Dale, sorry for interrupting. And we love rugby so much, we keep winning the World Cup as well, right? And this is like a little go at the New Zealanders for beating us.
Sorry, New Zealand. I will say this about New Zealand. They are strategically very smart. They're a team that will look at the conditions. They will play man for man. They've always been one of those teams that kind of like they plan smart. They players kind of step up for them at the right time. But they're going to have the best game that they've played, not just in this World Cup, but literally in their lives if they're going to want to go on to beat India.
Yeah.
So, and I hope they do. Sorry, India. I hope they do, because I want to see somebody else win this World Cup. I do. I do. But if India go on to win it, I will also say congratulations, because they've obviously been a dominant force. So, you know, but good luck to both these teams, you know.
No, I agree. Dale, thanks for that. We're going to take one or two questions from the super fans. We have a lot of followers that really also want to hear their voices. So we'll take a couple of questions and then we'll call it a day, because we've done 30 minutes already. I'm taking my wife out on a date tonight, Dale. You won't believe it.
I can see you dressed nicely.
Yeah. This is I've got my special watch on here. This is for runners-up of the IPL in 2016, by the way. That was my prize. I'm wearing it tonight. Don't tell my wife. She'll think I'm being cheap. But I think it's a pretty watch. I mean, come on.
That's a good watch. I never got one of those. I must be honest with you. So yeah, I played. I didn't even play in a final. I got to one final. It was in South Africa, and Ray Jennings decided not to play me. I had broken my thumb, and I was coming back to play against Deccan Chargers at Joburg. And I didn't play in the semi-final. They won the semi-final. We went into the final, and I thought, yeah, here's my gap. I'm going to get a game, IPL final. Didn't play, and we lost. I flew home to Cape Town after the final. I didn't get anything. I got nothing. I don't even think I got the medal, to be honest with you. So, yeah, early days of the IPL, they gave me nothing.
Yeah, well, this is 2016. I swear, this is runners-up prize when we lost at Chinnaswamy against the Sunrisers of all teams. Yeah. And the nice thing about this watch is it doesn't say IPL there. It says IPL in there.
Underneath. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So I can wear it. I think Danielle still doesn't know it's an IPL watch, but I'm pumping it tonight. Anyway, let's take this question. Should India drop Abhishek and Varun for the finals? Whoa. My very quick answer is going to be no. But Dale, I'm going to give this to you. Abhishek's been out of form. There's no doubt about it. Varun Chakravarti is still a machine. I think Ahmedabad's going to suit him a little bit better than the Wankhede. The Wankhede is tough to bowl for spinners, right? I mean, that is a tough judge. This team made it to the final. My call is keep the same 11. I would love to hear your thoughts, Dale.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, that's the old saying. And Abhishek, he's worked his arse off to get himself into that. Leading into this World Cup, he was the number one T20 batter in the world with a strike rate of like 200. You know,
exactly.
So sure, he hasn't hit the ground running this World Cup. I get it. That's fine. But that doesn't make him a bad player. That doesn't make him a bad player at all. And if India continue winning, and they found themselves in a final, even with an out of form player, because coming into this World Cup, everyone was talking about Sky and saying how out of form he was, and it was like, it's fine, you can carry somebody as long as you're winning. You can carry a guy. So no, you don't drop Abhishek. You keep it exactly the same. And Varun Chakravarti, no, you don't drop that guy. Like, he is probably one of the best in the world, and he is one of those guys that works things out. And you're spot on. Wankhede, it's not for everybody. Like, it is an incredibly difficult ground to bowl on as a bowler, and sometimes you just have to cut your losses, you know, and you move on to a ground where you feel you've got a little bit more of a chance. You readapt and you go.
Cool. I agree. I fully agree. To everyone listening here, thanks for joining in. We're going to take a couple more questions and really appreciate you guys spending a bit of time with these two old farts on a Friday afternoon before a World Cup final. It is very special times, and I would like to hear from all of you out there. Do you want to see this dude more often on the show? I think it's not a bad call. We're just going to have to start paying him at some stage. But we'll get the fans to pay for his hours.
Would you like a donate link? There we go. I need to pay for nappies. So there'll be what I can't even remember what they're called when people donate money for your nappies or your clothes.
Yeah, it's a nappy bri or something like that, or I don't know. What do you call it for males when it's like a bachelorette? No, a kitchen tea for males.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a link in my Instagram. They can find it. Just 20 rupees each is fine, no problem. You know.
Dale, are you telling us number two's on the way? Why would you want to buy more nappies if this one is already through the nappies?
This little guy goes through nappies, dude, like crazy. I can't believe it. Like, wow. I mean, you've had a couple already, you know. I was like, I'm blown away, dude. Like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. You have to budget, but it's not. Yeah, those fifers and the hundreds, they very quickly disappear. You're gonna have to
Gone.
start budgeting.
He doesn't care about that stuff, bro. He just
Okay,
wants
here
me
we
to
go.
follow
This
him.
is one of the hot favorites of my mates. Everyone's still asking me. Even today, I played golf this morning, and they were like, "Oh, that Markram catch, man, that cost us the game, man. That was like ridiculous, eh?" And I'm like, boys, that did not cost us the match. And by the way, I still think that was out. Because I'll quickly explain to you. So here comes my hand. Where's my pinky, Dale?
Yeah, it's underneath.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
here. There's my
Yeah.
fourth finger. That's the only thing we saw on the screen. And I'll do it,
Yeah.
even do it with this hand. There we go. Look at my pinky. Naturally, the way Daryl
underneath.
Mitchell picked that ball up, it was a clean catch. End of the story. There's nothing else to
Yeah.
look at. And on top of it all, guys, it did not cost us the game. The game was lost a long time before then. All right, we were at least 20 to 30 runs short of applying pressure on their innings, in my opinion. 190, at least we could have put a bit of pressure on them, get a wicket or two in that first six, and maybe we would have stood a chance. When that guy got, when that happened, I mean, there's just no chance. We were already behind the 8 ball. We were 20 runs below par, and we were never going to get to 190, 200, which was the only chance we had to maybe make a game out of it. I would say even 220. That's maybe the score we would have got. Dale, what do you think, by the way?
Yeah, so originally when I saw the catch, because like I said, I didn't watch the game, so I saw things kind of like coming up on Instagram and on X, and then I did watch the game last night. And I must say that when I saw the catch, I didn't know that there was a controversy around the catch. I didn't know that there was anything. I just saw it without any commentators, and I thought, oh, it's a clean catch. And then I watched it again, and I was like, because they kept replaying it and I wasn't listening to anything. And I was like, what's the problem here? It looks fine. And the problem is that the more you look into something, you actually end up finding something that you want to find. Like that's the thing. If you want to find something, you will see it, you'll find it anyway. So I think on first video, as I saw it and everything like that, the catch looked clean. There's a chance that the ball's touching the ground, but you got fingers under the ball. There's gaps in your fingers. That's naturally going to happen. Like it's not the ball on the ground. The ball is in the hand, and yeah. So I'm not going to go into depths of it. When I first saw it straight up, I thought it was out. Like I didn't.
But let's say there was doubt. Okay, let's say there was doubt, and the two things that made me doubt the fact that it was actually out was Daryl Mitchell, first of all, going like that. You never do that as a fielder. Like
no, you shouldn't
now
do
all of
that.
a sudden,
The problem is that they're two nicer guys. New Zealand are like South Africa. We take a catch, we're like, you're not confident enough to own it.
Just claim it. Just claim it. Do like I did at the Headingley in England in 2008, and then getting booed by 25,000 people for the rest of the test match. Try that.
Yeah.
That's like
it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So rather say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake than, so yeah.
Anyway, so Mitchell was not sure. And the other thing was slow motion. Slow motion cameras always makes you think like, whoa, it looks like it's squishing in there. Guys, just do this when you're at home. Go into the mirror and go like Daryl Mitchell's angle of his hand and just look at the pinky, naturally doing that. You don't see his pinkies in the slow-mo replays. I promise you his pinkies are there. We all get taught to catch with our hands forward. Look at the pinkies, what they do. They were definitely under the ball. Okay, let's say it was not out. I promise you guys that was not the main event of the game. Aiden maybe could have got us 10 or 15 more. Yes, if we made inroads in the New Zealand top order in the first 6 overs, I would have gone like, I'm a bit sour about Aiden's dismissal. It didn't happen. We didn't get them 3 down in the first 6 overs. Would the 10 or 15 runs made a big difference? I don't know. If it was Devil Brevis that could have scored 100 or 30 balls, which I don't think Aiden is capable of. Aiden is capable of a 45 ball 100. Different story. But yes, Dalo, help me out here. I don't think there was the change of the semi-finals for South Africa. There were other moments, especially with the bat in hand, losing the toss. We should have got 20 or 30 runs more. We didn't do that. And then with the ball in hand, we had 3 overs to get them 3 or 4 down quickly. That didn't happen. And that was the game changer.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, oh man, like we can ring this game as many times as you want, and South Africa didn't get what was a pass score. How they got there, they didn't get there the way that they wanted to, and then they didn't make enough inroads in the start in that first 6 overs to be able to put New Zealand under pressure. If you want to win a game with 169 on the board, or even 190 on the board, you got to have them 3-4 down inside the first 7 or 8 overs. Like that's the truth. It just didn't happen. We know what the fundamentals are of the game to be able to win games of cricket, and none of that happened for South Africa. And then you also didn't have what was called just good old fashioned luck. Like good old fashioned luck. That stuff didn't happen. You talk about luck. We can go to the game where the double super over. Like. There was a lot of luck there, like Faruqi not running hard. He didn't slide his bats, like a lot of factors of luck throughout this tournament that a lot of teams have experienced. South Africa didn't have that. New Zealand played the better cricket. We move on. It's a final. There's no more to talk about. And just wait to see how they can get home. I don't know how they're getting home.
No, spot on. Last question, Dalo. Just want to say, ABD Steyn, you guys are a huge part of my childhood. ABD shuffle 6 over fine leg and Dale Steyn outswing peak nostalgia. Thank you very much, Danish Khan, wherever you're from. Thank you very much for your support. Duke Braai, there we go. A Duke Braai, Dale. That's what it's called, man.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you. That's it. Yeah.
We've all had one of those. Yeah. So please, guys, the 360 show is a new venue for the Dale Steyn Duke Braai, okay? We need him to buy more. Because we need more little Dalos running around, okay? We've already got one. His name is Forrest. He's going to bowl the speed of light. He's going to break the 180 barrier one day. We're looking forward to that. But Dalo, thanks for joining me here today. I really appreciate your time. Just quickly, who's going to win the final? India, New Zealand?
Look, India going to win it.
Brain heart.
India going to win it. Brain, heart, New Zealand. I want New Zealand to win it. I'm sorry, Indian fans, but I do. I want New Zealand to win it. They've been in many finals. They have. They've been in many finals. So I'm rooting for India, for New Zealand. But I feel India going to win. Like I put my money down on India, but I'm hoping to lose my money. Is what I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to go India and India. Brain and heart, everything India. Purely because I have a lot of really good mates from New Zealand. Dan Vittori, Stephen Fleming, I love you guys. And you're still not ready to win a World Cup. So there we go.
Maybe that's true too, actually. That's also
South Africa first, then you guys can win a World Cup, all right? So just stand in line, take your time, win a Rugby World Cup first again after like, I don't know how many years. And then you guys can come and win the Cricket World Cup. Oh, we're going to get roasted for this, Dalo. Dalo, thanks for joining me. All the fans out there, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys this coming week on the 360 show once again. Let me know. I'm going to have a look at the comments down below, by the way, if you want to see this guy's face again. I think we have a decent chemistry going to keep talking nonsense in the future. But it's all focused to this coming Sunday for that World Cup final. There's also some other cricket happening that the Villiers brothers are going to Johannesburg tomorrow for a bit of cricket. And Dale Steyn will be catching the waves tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, depending on the tide. I don't know, Dale, how the swell, and I don't know all the lingo of the Cape Townians.
I'm 4 months out. I had the shoulder surgery.
Yes. But you don't need your shoulder to surf, bud.
Oh no! You got to paddle. You got to paddle. Like that's just June. I can only June again. I can't even fish. I'm not even allowed to fish. So,
wow.
Yeah. So the pec has to what do you call it? Bind or attach to the tendon. And
the Afrikaans boy will help you out. The English speaking man.
Yeah, so it takes like 12 weeks for that to happen. And if I do anything stupid, it's going to tear off, and then I'm going to have surgery again. So. Oh man, it's
okay, but you have your left shoulder available, right?
Yeah, there's the.
But that's the righty. So the lefty fine. Nothing is wrong.
The lefty's fine, so it means I can carry Forrest in my lefty, but my righty.
You can carry babies, and more importantly, over the weekends you can braai with that left hand.
That's exactly what I can do. Yeah.
All right, and tell your missus to feed you a little bit of brandy and Coke from time to time. That may help.
That's the whole plan. You see, the cool thing about the shoulder, don't tell her I told you, is that I can't do a nappy for the next 4 months.
That's the best. Yo, you're lucky, man.
Got myself out of it.
All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get updated with everything the two of us get up to. And I'll see you guys for a recorded show this coming week. And when we see you guys again, by the way, we will know who the World Cup champions are. And there's plenty more cricket coming. We love you, New Zealanders. I'm sorry for being hard on you guys. It's because we are similar. You know, when a man and a woman gets together and they get married and they have a similar personality, they clash. All right. So it's out of respect that we speak to you guys like this. And because you beat us in finals more often than not. Love you guys lots. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on socials. There's Dale Steyn on Instagram. There we go. And we'll see you this coming week. Have a fantastic weekend. Love you guys a lot. Dale, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Abbas. Cheers, everybody. Catch you later.
Cheers, guys.